let's do some NFL picks. Every week, Steve calls in. He gives me about 5 games. And I'm back into football in a big way. It's been a lot of fun. It's been up and down. But last week, Steve, big week.
This has been awesome. Last week was a huge, huge week. So going into the week, it was a little rough. You were 9-11 going into last week. We billed it as the week of redemption part 2. And you absolutely delivered. You were 4-1 for week 6, bringing you to 13-12 on the season. We are officially making money.
We're over 500 on this. 13-12. Love it. Love it. I tell you what, I was worried. I had that. We did the show on Wednesday last week, so we had the Thursday game to pick from. Pick wrong, right? I picked big wrong, big time wrong.
That was the only loss of the week, so we got to stop doing that whole Thursday thing. Luckily, the game's already started, so we're not going to go there. Okay. But yeah, you were perfect on the weekend, and the Dolphins didn't play. I offered you a freebie for whatever reason. You said no. Give me the competition, and
love it.
The Bills delivered. So 4-1.
4-1. What do we got this week? What do we got?
Here we go. This week, we got 5 games. Your Dolphins are back, so we will pick them last. Your first game for week 7 is Houston at Green Bay. Green Bay is a 2.5-point favorite.
And I took Green Bay last week. Big win there. Houston, of course, CJ Stroud, right? Healthy, ready to go. But I got to tell you what, some Southern boys getting up north. I don't even think it's going to be snowing. I'm not even worried about that. It's going to be a different situation. I really like Green Bay this year. I stuck with it last week. I'm going with Green Bay this week.
Green Bay. Alrighty, next game is the New York Jets. We know how much you love Aaron Rodgers and the Jets at the Pittsburgh Steelers. The Steelers are a 1.5-point dog at home.
Okay. One of my favorite moments in the Monday night game was they were talking about Aaron Rodgers, who's, by the way, great player, took a hit on his ankles. And they told this whole story about Aaron Rodgers doesn't wrap his ankles. He's like the only player in the NFL that doesn't wrap his ankles. And he told the story of, well, he was backing up the quarterback in Green Bay, the old number 4 guy. And he was like, wasn't going to play, so I just never wrapped my ankles because it was uncomfortable standing on the sidelines and wrapped ankles. So I never did, and now I don't. And now he feels that because of that, he has stronger ankles. Never have I heard more proof of a guy who doesn't believe in vaccines, who believes by not wrapping his ankles, he has stronger, like he's actually formed stronger ankles. He lost. It was great, and he's going to lose again this week. That team's a mess. I don't care whoever they traded for, Devontae Adams, it doesn't matter. Pittsburgh's on a little bit of we got to get ourselves right with the Lord now. I'm taking the Steelers.
All right, taking the Steelers, 1.5-point dog at home. Steelers are a great team to pick as a home dog, so that should be a good game. Game number 3. Detroit at Minnesota. Minnesota is a 1.5-point favorite.
This is a big one. What do we got? We got an undefeated team versus what, a 1-loss team? Where are the Lions at?
I think the Lions have 1 loss. I believe that is right. But yes, Minnesota is one of the final undefeated teams with Kansas City.
And our Detroit Lions. It's in Minnesota.
It is in Minnesota. Minnesota is a 1.5-point favorite.
Ooh, okay. And we've got Lions are 4-1, says our 2 Lions fans in the audience. Tough game. Tell you what, if I'm wrong with this, I will eat a Detroit pizza to make up for it, but I'm going Vikings at home.
Wow. Okay. Taking the Vikings.
Yep.
All right, let's hope Lauren's not too mad. All right.
It's look, this is one of those games. The Lions, they're real. But if they win, they're for real. You know what I mean? And I still think they'll be a contender afterwards. But I don't know. There's something about the Magic. It's going to dip a little bit. It's going to dip and rise again. So that's why I go Vikings. All right,
moving on. Game number 4, Kansas City at San Francisco. San Francisco is a 1.5-point favorite. A little Super Bowl rematch action.
Super Bowl rematch. Look, man, I'd love to go against Kansas City at some point. I really would. I just think it's tough. They're as good as you want them to be. They're as good as they believe they are. Andy Reid is Andy Reid. Mahomes, like him or not, he's a great player. I don't need to worry about his voting record. I just need to see him on the field in this game. And Brock Purdy did take my Miami Dolphins to the Super Bowl in Madden 24 one season. Long story. He was an injury replacement because I keep injuries on in my franchise mode. I'm going Kansas City.
All right, taking Kansas City. Okay, on the road. I mean, it's tough to pick against Patrick Mahomes. Period. So
yeah, it's tough. It's tough.
Last game, as always, your Miami Dolphins are at the Indianapolis Colts. The Colts are a 3-point favorite.
Look. It's not just a bit. It's a hope and belief. I think with a bye week, Tariq went to Paris, had some good times, probably ate a croissant, which actually didn't originate in Paris. Probably ate some good pizza, didn't have stomach issues because the cheese is just so fresh over there. I think he's coming back. I think Snoop Huntley is calmer now. I think McDaniel knows a little bit more what to do with him as a player. I think a running game is actually doing pretty good. Mostert back. We had some good results last time out with that. And I'm not sure whether we got Anthony Richardson or Joe Flacco. We're not sure. Is it Flacco magic? The Miami Dolphins see an opening. They saw the Bills kind of move ahead, but they saw the Jets drop back. They know they're scrambling. This is do or die. We're just trying to get to Tua. Dolphins are going to win. It's an upset on the road.
Big surprise taking the Dolphins. All righty. Well, here we go for Week 7. Quick recap. Taking Green Bay at home against Houston. Taking the Steelers at home against the Jets. Minnesota at home against Detroit. Taking Kansas City on the road against San Francisco. And taking Miami on the road at Indianapolis. Those are the picks for Week 7. Ken, thank you so much. Appreciate it.
Thanks, Steve. I appreciate you, buddy.